everybody. Welcome to Chit Chat Chop, episode 91, Atlantic Canada's premier Chit Chat Chop type show that's filmed here.
Very good.
Let's make it up. Anyway, I'm with Erica Chiasson tonight. She is from CelebConnect, and we're going to find all about that tonight. And we're also going to do some stuff with risotto.
I'm really excited to be here.
Well, we are really happy to have you here, and I mean, I love cooking, so that's half the show done, and you're really cool. So
I love
that's the other
eating,
half.
and you know what? In my business, I put talent in front of audiences, so I'm not usually center stage like this. So it's going to be fun. I'm going to learn how to make this risotto. So
Awesome.
Let's go.
We're having a good start already. Well, before we get right into it, I got a little bit of stock warming up here. This is actually a Parmesan cheese stock. So I don't know if you can smell this. Just take a little waft of this.
it smells very good.
Yes. So this is actually a stock that has been made from the unused leftover end rinds of Parmesan cheese. You can actually buy them at most grocery stores now because you get the big wheel of cheese in, and you've got that hard exterior. Anyway, I simmered it with some vegetables, some onions, some celery, some garlic, some carrots, some herbs, and then we end up with this beautiful Parmesan cheese vegetarian stock.
Very good. I've actually never heard of a Parmesan stock, so that's new.
That's new. Well, now everybody in the Chit Chat Chop world knows all about it. It is key to making it's a great soup base. It's a great risotto base. It is just a great flavor vehicle. Yeah.
Awesome.
So we actually did a risotto class here at Kitchen Door tonight. We have a lot of classes that we do all throughout the week here, and this was Risotto 101 tonight. So I figured why not dovetail that into our little sesh tonight.
And it's fresh in your mind.
Fresh in my mind.
Awesome.
And fresh in my heart. Risotto is one of these things. I've been making it ever since I started off as a cook. It's actually one of the dishes that really started me. I took a year off university and watched a lot of Naked Chef back in 2002.
Naked Chef, okay.
Naked Chef, yep.
Right.
So little Jamie Oliver for everybody. Yeah, there was clothing involved. But anyway, he made a lot of risotto, and as a result, I made a lot of risotto as well. So I really, really like making it. But before we get into this, tell me a little bit about CelebConnect. What do our viewers at home need to know about CelebConnect? Because it's pretty cool.
Oh, well, thanks. So CelebConnect is my company. We book basically talent for events and conferences. So comedians, keynote speakers, MCs. That's what we do.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, the company started with Sean Majumder, who's a pretty well-known comedian from Newfoundland. Him and Ron Levitt. You may or may not know him, but he's a local entrepreneur in Halifax. And they started the company. I've been with them from the beginning. And yeah, I just took over the company last year.
Awesome.
Sean's still my partner, so I still book all of his corporate stand-up. But, since then, it's a 5-year-old company, but it's kind of new because I've changed basically everything. The focus now is on events, which is my passion. It started more with endorsements.
Right.
So yeah.
And you sort of came up through the ranks of the hospitality industry. You've seen all sides of events and all these things, so I guess that helps build the business and helps inform everything that you do within the business.
Exactly. Like, I know I shouldn't be cooking with my hair down like this, but
hey, it's TV.
We're the only ones eating it, so I think it's okay. But yeah, I've worked all aspects of events. So catering, planned events. My background is public relations. I've run event spaces, and now I book talent for events. So I really know what those event planners are feeling, when they're planning an event and they're booking talent, and I want to take that off their shoulders and help them in that aspect.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So anyway, let's get started here a little bit, and then we can talk about getting Sean Majumder on the show sometime. Ask him. Come on.
Sean, you should come on this show. I will come on again. If they'll take me again, we'll see how that goes. But you should come on for sure.
We'll cook whatever you want, man. Whatever you want. We'll order pizza if you want. I don't care.
Actually, I wanted to make pizza.
That was a bad call.
That was a bad call.
Truth be told, but you made pizza last week.
We made pizza last week. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I also like risotto, so it's good. It's okay.
Yeah, Erica's being a great sport with this. We're just rolling with it here.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah. So anyway, one of the things about making risotto is you always want to make a decent sized batch, but then sometimes you have the leftovers. So what I like to do is actually stop the cooking process at about 80%, because it takes about half an hour to make it start to finish. You've got to like put your garlic and onions in the pan, sometimes celery, sweat that out, then you've got to toast your rice, then you add a little bit of wine to the rice, then you slowly add stock for about 25 minutes, stirring it to get a nice creamy consistency. Anyway, this batch that's in the bowl right here, I actually stopped it at about the 20-minute mark, so it's not completely cooked. So it's almost like a blank slate risotto. We can do whatever we want to this to make it super tasty. So I've actually got a really nice spinach puree that I'm going to add to this, and it's going to wake it right up. It's going to be super bright green, super awesome. So I'm going to put our risotto. Oh, that's
So how long does it take to cook a risotto from scratch, beginning to end?
from scratch, beginning to end. About 25 to 35 minutes, depending on different variables, like what you're putting in it, what kind of rice you're using, all kinds of stuff like that. But like if you're having a lot of people over your house and you want to make risotto, I always recommend that you even make it earlier in the day or the day ahead, and then you can do what I'm doing right here, which is warm up a little bit of stock in your pan, and then add your risotto, which has all your little bit of Parmesan
Plus,
cheese
we're in Nova
here.
Scotia. Everyone hangs out in the kitchen anyway.
Exactly. Lenny, this takes the pressure off of the kitchen party. If you've got this ready to go ahead of time, you're going to be good to go.
Can we take 2 seconds to say hello to people?
Yes.
We got Charlotte. Charlotte's here. We got Charlie Todd says you guys rock.
Awesome.
Ivan Chan saying celebrity chef equals Andrew Farrell.
Oh, come on, Ivan. You're too kind.
I think Charlotte is my mom.
Well, Charlotte's in Moncton. She's
Oh,
one of
okay.
our-
My mother's name's Charlotte too, and she's probably watching.
I don't think
so.
she's watching. Tell her to comment. Say, Mom.
Mom, if you're watching, you should comment.
Yeah, Mom. Actually, I don't know if my mom's ever watched. Oh.
I don't
Anyway,
think my
she's-
mother's ever watched probably a Facebook Live video, so she may not know how to comment.
So we got what's this look like?
That's so good. So I've got our risotto in here with the Parmesan stock, so we're just sort of nestling the grains down in the stock here. And if you wouldn't mind just giving it a little
Okay,
stir here
yeah.
and sort of break up any lumps that you see.
right.
I'm sorry, I was moving stuff around. To get to this point, what do you do to get to that point?
So to get to this point, check out episode 63. No, just kidding. To get to this point, this is about 25 minutes of work already taken care of. So it's sort of like risotto on fast forward. So I've sautéed the onions, sautéed the garlic, toasted the rice, which is very key. That actually helps release the starch that makes risotto so delicious and creamy.
That's news to me. I've never heard of that.
Oh yeah, that's a Jamie Oliver Naked Chef tip right there.
I gotta start watching this Naked Chef.
Oh, he's pretty good.
Okay.
He's pretty good. And then basically added stock to it for about 20 minutes while stirring it gently. Not all the stock at once, just a little bit at a time, just to sort of coax out the flavor and coax out the starch from the rice, which gives it, if you just pan right down right here, Adam, you can see how creamy it looks already. And there's actually no dairy in this except for Parmesan cheese right now. Mm-hmm. This is just the starch in the rice making it super, super creamy like that. So I've got this beautiful spinach and cream puree that we're going to put right in here. Nice and bright green.
You want me to stir this
all
all
give it a
around?
good stir around there. And you can see that's bright green. So this is actually a puree that's just in a blender. I filled it up with spinach just from the bag, poured over about a cup of really hot cream, and then let it go, blitz it up. And now that spinach is still not fully cooked. So when this comes up to temperature, it's actually going to get even greener. It's going to be like shockingly neon green in a few minutes, which
This
is
all sounds so fancy, Andrew.
so fancy. I'm really, really fancying it up here.
Yeah, you are.
But I'm just going to turn it down a little bit so we got some simmer. But you can see these little bubbles here. We don't want it to go any hotter or faster than that, rolling any quicker than
Right.
that. This is actually a cooking stage that when I was first starting out making risotto, one of my chefs told me this is the fish eye stage. So you can see these little bubbles are about the size of little fish eyes. Yeah, there's also another phase which is called farts in the bathtub, but we're not doing that. That's not one we're
I'm
doing.
glad that's not what this is.
And just so you know, he wants to get on your roster as comedian, by the way.
You think you're funny? I think I'm very funny.
I don't know if I think I'm funny, but people find me
It's a
funny
proven fact.
at my own expense.
Okay.
It's fine.
fine.
It's fine. But anyway, just for Chef Ivan, I just want to show that I do have the cleaver here. We're making risotto, but I still, Chef Ivan, have the cleaver handy for whatever needs to be cleaved.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can maybe impress you with my knife skills later.
Awesome. We'll have a chit chat
That's a joke,
chop
by
off.
the way. You're gonna win. I'm just telling you right
Anyway,
now.
this looks really good.
Am I good?
Yeah, what we want to do right now is take a little bit of that liquid out of here because it's still, that rice was only about 80% cooked. So we're just
It's
going
called
to
reducing it.
reducing.
Ooh.
Ooh. We need
Right?
yeah, absolutely. I just got schooled by Erica. That's exactly what's happening.
You're welcome.
Yeah, see,
Anytime.
you're undercutting your culinary skills
Yes.
here. You got this.
Yeah, I got this.
You got this. So we're just reducing that a little teeny bit, which
Okay.
is perfect. So anyway, I also have a little bit of rice that I held back here because there's another thing you can do with risotto like this. So we're actually going to make something known as an arancini, which is a little crispy risotto ball, which is stuffed with cheese. So I don't know, what are your feelings on things stuffed with cheese?
Very, very good. Like, very good feeling about that. Love cheese.
Great.
Everything's better with cheese and butter.
Perfect.
Everything.
Adam, again, stellar job booking the guest.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, this
Thank you.
is-
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have Spiro here saying so much talent here. I love it. Charlotte's all over us here. Charlie Toth is actually what is everyone's favorite risotto. He's
Ooh, go Charlie! Lead those comments. Yes.
Right?
I just talked to Charlie today, actually. Hi, Charlie.
Oh, that's really cool.
Remember Charlie Toth?
Oh, absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. I remember stuffing him in a fridge back there during my pasta class
Yes,
a few months ago.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't. Okay.
We had fun.
Okay.
We had a good time.
All right.
All right, so this is getting really close. We got a nice chill temperature here, which is awesome. So next up, we've got some bocconcini cheese here. So this is really nice, very mild mozzarella type cheese.
I use that on margarita pizzas.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Again, going back to the pizza. I'm sorry. But it's
That's funny because I didn't think of that when I said it.
but yeah, it's beautiful on pizza, especially you can like tear it and you get all these little layers. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so good. So I'm actually going to cut just some little cubes here, and what we're going to do is roll them into the middle of a little risotto ball. So, ooh yeah, there we go. Nice size there. Nice size there. I see you sneaking that drink
Am I
there.
allowed to have a drink while I'm
Busted.
on the show? I thought it was okay.
It's totally okay.
I'll take it.
You're trying to sneak one.
I always drink wine when I cook.
We're just
so.
razzing.
Yeah, okay.
We're just razzing.
So as someone that has watched Hell's Kitchen a bunch of times, in almost every episode, someone messes
my-
up the risotto. So how do they mess it up? Like what is usually messed up? Like,
They undercook it. Is that it?
That's partly it. A lot of people add too much stock, and then they end up in a situation like us where, if truth be told, I added a little too much stock to this in the beginning. It's fine because the rice was a little undercooked. I wouldn't give this risotto to Chef Ramsay necessarily, but it's going to be very tasty. But I think it might be slightly soft for what we're looking for.
So you don't want to
but-
overcook it or undercook it. That's
Exactly.
The
That's the thing. It's like you've got to get this. It's almost like the Goldilocks and the oatmeal. It's got to be just right.
So I can tell you're very passionate about cooking.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard about my podcast, 15 Minutes of Fame.
Oh, do tell.
Yes. So it's all about talking to people who are passionate about what they do and have really cool stories to tell.
Cool.
Yeah.
that was a great segue, by the way.
That was
Thanks.
pro segue.
I've done this before so many times, so it's no biggie. Yeah. So, so you should be on my podcast. I'm going to ask
Cool.
you right now. It's hard to say no.
I can't
Goodness.
shy away. I mean, I listen to enough podcasts. I guess I should be on one at some point. I would love to.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. I listen to podcasts every day when I walk my dog Peanut.
Oh, cute.
And it's funny that my dog is coincidentally named after food, even though I don't eat animals, as you know. But yeah, so I got into podcasts a long time ago, and having one is super fun. So
Yeah.
so now you're coming on.
There's so many good podcasts out there, and it's great just to be able to curate what you're listening to. What's up, Adam?
A couple things. Charlie Toth says loves the color. The color's amazing. Chef Ivan says the same thing. Patty hasn't been on your podcast. She was saying she was
Oh, cool.
And Spiro says, chop something, Erica. Erica's doing nothing. She's even chopping something and doing something.
Oh my goodness, what do we have here? Well, you know what?
Chirps.
I don't have anything left for her to chop, but I definitely have a job that will be very appealing because we need to get some nice peeled curls of Parmesan
pun.
cheese here.
That's good.
Yeah, well, Adam set me up a little bit.
You should use that in your
I will
stand-up
say.
comedy.
You book me for some stand-up comedy, and we'll see.
I'll do my best.
Just move a little closer.
That's what we call a hard sell.
Yeah, just so like, because ginger kind of hanging in the back here, drinking your wine,
Okay.
which is good too.
It's good. It's good.
You can get a little
I was wondering if
cozier,
you could pass me this one dinner plate that's right there. Excellent. Perfect. And this risotto is on
sir.
point. Thank you. So, Erica, if you wouldn't
Okay.
mind, just
Yeah.
on the corner of this tray, just sort of peel some nice big
Okay.
flecks of Parmesan
do
cheese
that.
right from the hunk.
Okay.
Straight from the hunk of cheese.
I like hunks.
Now we're getting close up here.
Oh yeah, it's close-up time.
Okay.
Oh, it is really green. That color on camera looks great.
It is very green.
Oh yeah. All right.
Good dish for St. Patty's Day.
Absolutely. Or if you're Irish and Italian.
Look at the shot.
Is that you? Are you
It's
Irish
like-
and Italian?
No, I am.
Look at that shot right there. Here we go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a classy shot, Adam.
Wine and parm.
Wine and parm.
I don't know if I'm doing a very good job.
That's perfect. You've got just enough cheese there. I
Just
think.
enough?
Yep, just enough. We're in a
Because
good
you can
shape.
never really have too much. Okay.
It's true. It's true.
I'll just do a couple.
Yeah, do a couple more. Do a couple more. I mean, you just got to practice the cheese.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
it's important.
All right.
And one thing I want to show you, Erica, check out this risotto. See how it's just sort of nicely mounted on the plate?
Mm-hmm.
One thing you always want a risotto to do is relax when it hits the plate. So you can tell a risotto is nice and relaxed when you just give it a little shimmy. And it just sort of coats the bottom of the plate
Nice.
just like that. So it just spreads out, fills all those little gaps. And then would you like to, from up high, put the just
want me to, like,
sprinkle
kinda-
some Parmesan
okay,
on top
yep.
because this is what the people want. And give it a little crumble. Yes, look at that.
It's like I've done this before.
Right?
Yeah.
You're a cheese pro. But that is
looks
what I'm
delicious,
talking about.
actually.
Well, this is our first risotto dish of the night, and pardon me, but I think you're gonna have to give it a try.
Okay.
All right.
Sure. Yeah.
There we go. So that
All
is
right.
our let's call it a spring green risotto. No, it's a summer green risotto. There we go. But it's spinach, Parmesan cheese. Super simple, really elegant
It's
dish.
really, really good.
Charlie Top asking,
I double
can
dip.
you do an Israeli couscous? There's a couscous version of risotto. Not now, but could you?
Honestly, that's really good.
I'm very happy with that. You could do an Israeli couscous and risotto they're different because the Israeli couscous is it's a grain, so you can't sort of coax or not a grain. It's like a pasta almost. So you can't coax the starch out of it the same way that you do with arborio rice. But you could certainly cook it off ahead of time, make a really nice, smooth, creamy sauce, and add the Israeli couscous to that, and end up very, very similar to it. So can be done, Charlie. I want to see you try it because that is a really good idea. That was awesome.
That was really very good, and I get very excited about food. Friends make fun of me. We're at a restaurant and the food comes, and I just get so pumped.
I look at my eyes. I always get excited about food. And I think it's so good to be into what you're making and just sort of play around with it too. That's what I really like about food, and risotto is a great example of how you can just sort of raid the fridge and whatever is left in there you can add to your risotto. You can top it however you like, and then also grating the cheese. Oh.
If I wasn't on camera, I would actually eat that whole plate of risotto. But
Why is the camera stopping? just go for it.
and she ate all of it.
It's gone. It's all gone.
Maybe I'll just wait and eat it after.
All right.
Okay.
That's right. Anyway, I'm just going to put it right over here. And why don't we hop right into our next thing, which is just making these little arancini, so risotto balls. So I'm just getting a little bit of this cold risotto on my spoon here. And I'm going to get you to the next one. So this one, put a little cube of cheese right in the middle here. And then I'm going to sort of form a messy little ball here. That's the thing about something that's fridge cold when you start the show. And then about 15 minutes into the show, it's not fridge cold anymore, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So you want to make a nice little ball with your risotto all around. There we go. Let's roll it up like so. You can see a little bit of that cheese poking out. And then you just toss it in a bowl of flour. Coat it like so. Put it in your egg. Give it a little turn. Take your other hand, which should be your wet hand. There we go. And then we'll toss it right in our breadcrumb.
Just like I'm making haddock.
Yeah, exactly.
On my stove.
Exactly. So this is a very basic breading process, and then we got our little risotto ball ready to go in the fryer in just a sec. So I'm just gonna give my hands a quick rinse here. Would you?
You want me to do that?
Yeah, you wanna make one
Okay.
then?
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
Is that enough? I feel like that's enough.
Oh, there we go. Well, then we
that
just
too
take it.
big?
Yeah, it's a little bit much. There we go. I like the gumption. You're excited. I can feel that.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, that's great.
It's really hard to get the cheese right in the middle.
It is. It doesn't have to be perfectly in the middle. It just has to be able to seal up a little bit.
Okay.
And the flour and the egg is going to sort of seal everything when we put it in the fryer. So that's
All right.
all good. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to change the order here so it makes more sense. There
Yeah,
you go.
flour. You know what?
egg,
I was going to get that
breadcrumb.
anyway. I was all over that.
Erica's got this. I'm not worried.
I totally have it.
Perfect. Here, I'll make one more and then you make one more.
I think mine's pretty. Oh, it was.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
How do you do another one?
I'll do another one before you wash your hands.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. But now I've got like. I may as well just like this off all of it.
This is the great thing about getting your hands.
I clearly don't
Dirty.
know how to use the things.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Got it.
She's got it. She figured out the sink. We are all good. My second one turned out way better than my first one, but look at that. That is just a beautiful Parmesan risotto there. All nicely
You
covered.
just had a risotto class tonight. How'd that go?
Oh, great. Yeah, we had 10 eager beavers here learning how to make risotto. It was awesome.
I'm going to come to one of your classes soon.
Oh, we'd love to.
Yeah.
Love to have you. We've got all kinds of cool classes going on. We've got a burger class coming up the first week of August, which is super fun. Working on our schedule for September right now, but we've got all kinds of cool ones coming up. We actually have one called our Make and Take Pasta class, where you can come in and learn to make gnocchi, hand-cut tagliatelle. We actually make like a tortellini as well. So we got all kinds of cool options for that. And hopefully one of these days our class will get big enough we'll need a celebrity speaker and we'll have to call Erica up and be like, who can come to this class and give a little talk. See, I tried to segue there, Adam.
That was good. That was good. Very good.
That risotto bowl, I don't know, like it doesn't look like one of these things doesn't look like the others.
It's okay. It's healthy. It's a healthy size. It's all good.
It's like a Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Look at everybody talking here. Wow, this is cool. It's trying to catch up.
Can I use your
Robert Reynolds, thank you. Good question. Can you make it gluten-free? Absolutely. And knowing that Robert Reynolds is a chef friend of mine, he's testing me right now. But if you want to make this gluten-free, no problem at all. You got your flour, change that to cornstarch, and your breadcrumb here. You can buy gluten-free breadcrumbs, no problem at all. But you can also just coat that in a little bit of. You could do cornstarch again, or you could use rice flour. Would actually be a great idea because risotto is rice. You could use that. You could also, you could do a lot of stuff. There's probably gluten-free breadcrumbs out there you could use. So thanks, good question, and you didn't get me with that curveball, Rob.
And Erica, what
Appreciate it.
wine
Nice try though.
What wine would you pair with the first risotto?
Yes.
What wine would you pair with the first risotto?
Wow. I mean, some people like to pair whites and reds with different foods, but I'm strictly a red wine person. I hardly ever drink white wine, but
There's a good range of red wines too.
I mean, there's Parmesan cheese, so you could do something pretty bold.
Yep, it's pretty robust. It's got a lot of umami,
Yeah.
got a lot of deep, rich flavors in there. So yeah, cool.
Yeah, pretty well. Any red wine, I think, would go with that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yours went with that green one, right? When you tried to sip of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it tasted great together.
Janine from Many Hats says, great job.
Hi, Janine. Thanks.
Hey, Adam, I was wondering if you wanted to go handheld for a second. I just want to drop these in the fryer for a minute. And induction burners are really fun because you can put a sheet pan on top of it, then it thinks it's trying to cook something. So I'm just going to unplug this to avoid any
And the fryer was
complications.
over there.
The fryer's right over
Over
here.
there.
I'm just going over here. Pardon me,
Can't
Erica.
hear you. So you have to talk to the mic.
Yeah.
Do like a
Okay,
play-by-play.
so it's just me now.
do a play-by-play for
Andrew's
the mic.
gone. I'm taking over the show.
Play-by-play. So he's dropping stuff in the fryer.
There it goes. Oh, look at Erica's risotto ball right here.
That's a good size
You
risotto
familiar with that
ball.
one? All right. Cool.
Tell me though, if you're a person at home and you want to make risotto balls and you don't have a fryer like this, but what do you do?
So that's a really good question. I'm going to come over here and give you the answer. So if you want to make this, you want to make risotto balls at home, you don't have a deep fryer, don't blame me for not having a deep fryer. That's fine. You can fill up a little pot of oil, get it, just about yay high, and do that. Put a little thermometer in it, get it to about 360 degrees. Fahrenheit. But also, you don't need to deep fry them. You can actually just pan fry them, but make them into little cakes. That works really well. You can actually, if the frying kind of freaks you out a little bit, no problem. Just coat them up like this and just give them a little, even cooking spray is really good for just a light coating of oil on something, and then bake them in the oven for about 15-20 minutes. And then you got a really nice brown crisp risotto ball with that pulley stringy cheese in the middle.
Yeah, I feel like if you're cooking things in a pan and you put enough oil, it's like deep frying.
Oh, totally. It's shallow frying. So, it's a little, there you go. You just got to be careful with that oil temperature and make sure you use an oil that is got a high smoke point. You can't use olive oil or anything like that, because that could be pretty bad. You could smoke up and start a fire. You don't want to go that way. So canola oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, something like that would be really good. I'm hearing some noise from over in the fryer here, but while I'm going to check on that, Erica, give us some examples of some of the great talent that you're working with at CelebConnect.
Okay, yeah, there's so much. Bye. Lots of local talent comes to my mind. Karen Furneaux is a local Olympian. She's amazing. Tyler Hayden.
Brian Byrne's a newer one, right?
Sure. Brian Byrne is someone I just started working with. Most people know him from the Canadian band I'm Mother Earth. But he's doing speaking engagements now, and I'm excited to work with him. And he talks about entrepreneurship and his experience in the music industry and the ups and downs and staying positive. And he talks about mental health, which also is huge for everyone, but especially musicians. And I just brought on, you might know Andy Hay.
Oh yeah, Andy
I started
Hay's
working
awesome.
with him. He owns, I think it's called East Coast Kitchen. And he's a super engaging speaker. He speaks about everything, local food culture, entrepreneurship. He's great. So yeah, I have lots of great new people. We just put out a new website. I want everyone to check it out, celebconnect.ca. Please go there. Love any feedback. And
it's on the ground. It's on the screen now.
Oh, nice work. Nice
I
work.
had to reach back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it because before we put out this website, we had a site that was okay, but it didn't really showcase our talent. And in this day and age, people want to kind of look around. But of course, if you have an event coming up, call me, email me, we can chat about it. But you can definitely go on there and put in your budget and put in whatever type of speaker you're looking for or type of entertainment, and it'll all come up. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. I'm super excited about it.
Great. Well, our risotto balls are all done over here. I just want to let them cool down a little bit and drain off just for a second. But the great thing about this very simple spinach sauce that I made, which is again just salt, pepper, spinach, and cream, is it also makes a great sauce just for plating up. So let's just do a little swirl like that, and then here are our beautiful risotto balls, or arancini as they're known.
Arancini.
Arancini.
It's fancy.
So fancy. I see a little bit of cheese leaking out of that one, which is a very good sign. And I have a very special place for your exceptionally large.
That's the one that I made.
Lovely. Where's your phone? You gotta take a picture of that one. That's a.
Got to take a picture, but we're not quite done because there's extra cheese here, Erica.
There is.
So why don't you join me? Let's do a pretty chefy
Okay.
plate up. Why don't we just put shards of cheese just on the side of the. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that presentation.
Presentation
Yeah, we
is
need one more piece
everything.
right here, I think.
That's what they say.
Oh, beautiful.
My work here is done.
So good. Now I've got to take the picture before we dig into it because I don't know about you, but I'm really I'm a little hungry. It's looking good.
That's good.
Oh yeah. So this is what everybody wants when they tune into Chit Chat Shop is a video of me taking a picture of what we're about to eat. I know that's what half our audience is here for right now,
Yeah.
for sure. Anyway, there we go. Would you like to try one? They should have cooled down a little bit, so you're not going to get the molten cheese.
Yes.
Too much.
Should I use a fork? Other fork? I can use my spoon.
Yeah, use your spoon. Use your spoon. There we go.
So
Addie said, sorry she got delayed. She just joined. And she says,
Welcome to Party Patty.
I feel like this is like Jenga.
Well, you
Like,
get
I
to
take
knock
from
it
the
down now.
bottom
This
and
is
then-
you're in the restaurant. You just got served this plate. You can do whatever you want to it. Boom. Exactly.
All right.
Love it.
Okay.
Look at that. Oh, that bocconcini's super melty. Hey Adam, come check this out. I'm gonna crack this open right for everybody to see.
Really good.
Melty. Oh yeah. Look at that cheese pull. Oh. Eric,
That's
stop it,
amazing.
don't stop. Keep it going.
Okay.
We
let's-
could almost like have
Yeah.
like a little skipping.
Oh! That's a
You
5
pulled
foot
it away
cheese
too
pull.
fast.
I did. There, it's back. Oh.
That's still pretty good.
That's the longest cheese pull we've ever had on Chit Chat Shop. Look at that.
There we go.
Woo.
That is
Beautiful. I'm going to get a little bit of parm on there, a little bit of
that's
spinach
cheese.
sauce.
I'm going to eat more.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Good.
Well, Erica, thank you so much for coming. Oh, I can't get over this cheese pull business. Is there anything that we haven't covered in our risotto / CelebConnect episode tonight that you'd like to let our friends at home know about?
Well, I don't know. I just really want everyone to check out the podcast, 15 Minutes of Fame. You can find it on any of your podcast apps that you normally listen to. Check out our website, CelebConnect.ca. You can find the podcast on there too, under podcast. And yeah, if you're having an event, contact me. I'll help you find great talent that will elevate everything and make your event super successful. And that's it. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, thanks for coming on. You're an awesome guest, and love to have you back sometime.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't sure. I thought this could be my last, but that's great.
We might make pizza next time, but no promise.
Okay. Awesome.
Maybe we'll just do an episode where we eat pizza. I mean, that's always a thing, too. Anyway, thanks for joining us, everybody. That is episode 91?
91.
Episode 91.
Sergei Fedorov.
That's a hockey reference, which just went right over my head. Thanks for that, though, Adam. But anyway, we've got some exciting shows coming up. Patty's going on the road next week. She's going to Lunenburg to see some peeps. And then we've got a really cool guest lined up for August that we can't wait to share with you, but we can't tell you about yet. So
Maybe not cooler than me. I don't know.
The
But
grand finale of season 3.
Season 3 is going to be over soon. We're going to take a little break, and then we're going to be back at her in a revamped September. Anyway, thanks again, Erica.
Thank you.
Andrew here at Kitchen Door from the studio saying goodnight. Thanks again. Chit Chat Shop out.